You understand me? Because he would have been on some, motherfuckers would have been thinking that he, was a god. For the simple fact that he done bumped off these cops and that now he done, shed light on the corruption in the LAPD. It wouldn't have been no good if he would have been locked up. And they knew that shit too. But they put this $1 million reward tip line and shit out on his ass. Now, what ended up happening, because it's still kind of sketchy, but this is what they saying as of today, that two ladies went to that cabin where he was, locked in since Thursday. Okay, they went to go clean it up. Now, mind you, out here in California, okay, majority of the housekeepers here are Hispanic. Majority of them are. Not no racial epithet. I ain't no racial nothing, no nothing, okay? But majority of them are Hispanic, okay? When they came in to come clean it up, because they had it was snow galore down there. So it was motherfuckers still coming in, still skiing and all that shit while this nigga was he was watching them motherfuckers. You understand me? So, but after, the weekend, I guess, was up or whatever, however way, he goes to this cabin, or was in this cabin, or however way this nigga ended up in this cabin. He goes to the cabin, and when they came to come clean up the cabin, okay, he tied these chicks up, okay? He didn't kill them, he didn't rape them, he didn't do none of that shit, because that ain't who we wanted no goddamn way, okay? That's one thing about black folk. We going after the nigga that we after. We ain't looking for all y'all get out the way. It's tunnel vision. When it comes down to black folk, they ain't killing up everybody. They ain't doing all that. Okay, I'm looking for Tyrell, and Tyrell is who they after. That's just it. Now, he could have killed them ladies or done something to them or whatever, or raped them or whatever have you. He didn't do none of that. He tied them up, okay, and he took their Nissan. Now, I don't know too many other folks that's driving Nissan. I ain't trying to do no racial this and that. But they had a Nissan, okay? He took their Nissan truck, okay? And, he was trying to get away or whatever. One of the ladies, she got loose of her tie down. She called the police. Now, if she called the police, should she not be entitled to that $1 million that they were saying? That if you, this, that, and other about the police, that. Okay, all right, I'm going to get back to that in a minute. However, though, so he took their Nissan, took that on down the street, but ended up, he driving like a bat out of hell. And apparently they must didn't have no snow chains or whatever on there, because he ran that shit into something. So then therefore, he then in turn, by gunpoint, got this other dude, told him to get out the car, take your dog with you. Okay, that's the motherfucker that's been on the news all this morning. Because I guess he thought he was going to get a little piece of the coin about that $1 million until he found out Claudia and them had already been called already. Okay, that motherfucker, he was on the news this morning. You understand me? He had me get out of my car, and and I asked him, could I get my leash for my dog, and he wouldn't let me get my leash, so he told me just to take the dog and go, and all that old type of shit. Okay, so now he's on the news talking about how he called the police. He called the police direct. One of the cops that was affected, in the initial gun battle or whatever, he said he called one of them direct on his cell phone and told him, oh, well, look, check this out. And he said his name was Paul. Y'all seen that shit? I think he said his name was Paul. He said, I called Paul on the phone myself, on his personal cell phone, and told Paul that Chris is, he just hijacked my truck, and he's going down the highway, down 38, okay? And so then that's when he's saying that, all of this came about, and then, he ended up pulling up I guess, to this other vacant cabin, and that's where all of the, the fire, and they end up going back and forth and shooting and all that other stuff, because he had, I guess, then in turn got out of that, because he realized, check this out, he was coming this way, he was going down the hill, the other the fish and game people were coming this way, he going that way, okay? That motherfucker, he went around some school buses. They were saying it was 2 school buses, I guess with kids or whatever, because right now the kids are all getting out of school early for a parent-teacher conference week. So all this happened around 12 noon yesterday, which all makes sense. All this happened around the time. The kids getting out of school early. So the buses was going down the mountain, dropping kids back off, whatever. And so here, he goes around the buses. You know what I'm saying? He went around the kids, which was beautiful. Don't even get them involved in this shit. He went around the kids. And when Fish and Game was coming this way, one of them went past him, but the second vehicle that was behind him, he rolled his window down and got the blasting on him. So those are the 2 officers that one of them ended up dying, and the other one is still in the hospital there in Loma Linda. So, and then after that, he barricaded himself in the closest cabin, and that's where all of the fire and the exchange of gunfire, and then y'all family, I don't know if in y'all city, but let me tell you what, it was on every goddamn channel here in Southern California. You understand me? Every channel. I miss Cunningham and all them motherfuckers for Chris Dorner. Okay? Now, they even had footage of the gunfire going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, there was one gunshot in the house. Now, mind you, he had a lot of sniper stuff. He had silencers and shit on his gun, so he was shooting at them. So a lot of the gunfire that you heard, he was shooting at them, and they were shooting at him back, but you couldn't really hear his because they said that he had a lot of silencers on his weapons and things. But then all of a sudden, they heard one gunshot out of the house, which kind of tripped him out because he was shooting at them, but it was more like pew, pew, like that because it was silenced and things. So they heard one gunshot in the house, and that SWAT and all them was there. They had the tanks and all. Y'all, let me tell you something. I told Joe then, once they brought them goddamn tankers and shit up there, and them SWAT and all them motherfuckers, nigga, you dying today, nigga. It's over with today. Because them niggas, SWAT, their whole thing is, at the end of the night, nigga, we going home. Let's go on in and get this motherfucking rat. After we get this rat, we going home tonight. So once he saw them tankers and shit coming in, he just said, fuck it. Let me just go ahead on and take one to the membrane. I'm out. Because at first he was going to try to run, but they had the cabin. Y'all family, when I tell you they showed all this shit on the news, that they had the cabin surrounded. They had these tanker trucks and shit out there. They had SWAT and all these snipers and motherfuckers up in trees and helicopters and shit. Motherfuckers is shooting out from the sky. Family, when I tell you, it was, oh my God. My auntie was like, I can't watch it. There were so many people that just couldn't watch it because the shit was unfolding on national fucking TV. Like, damn, nigga, this is some cops and robber type shit jumping off. Family. So then there was one gunshot. You heard one shot on national fucking TV. One shot. Bow. Okay? Then it just started just fire. So it's like, we don't know if they set the house on fire or he set the house on fire, then shot himself. They don't know what happened. Okay? Then all of a sudden now it's just fire. Family, this was crazy. But let me get back on Claudia and them. Because that's how that shit unfolded. But let's get back on this right here. This morning, LAPD had the nerve to bring their ass on TV, come talking about, the reward is in question. And we haven't made no determinations on no payout. No, Claudia and them want their motherfucking money. Let me just go on and say that shit right now. This motherfucker had me tied up. Okay? I don't know if I was going to live or not. Okay? This motherfucker had me tied up in here. And we call the police and tell y'all where this motherfucker at, what he got on, what he in our Nissan car, and all that old type of shit. And y'all motherfuckers is for dangling on their money. There's going to be some more shit now. See, that's what y'all not getting on the West Coast. On the East Coast and in the South and all that other shit. It's getting ready to be some fallout in this motherfucker. I promise you, it's getting ready to be bad. It's getting ready to be a gang of mayhem and bullshit and foolishness. Okay? Because this is far from over with. Now, Cochran Firm, they already doing their thing over there. They trying to get to the bottom of this shit. You know, and it's all on some pro bono type shit. Let's get to the bottom of this right here, because this nigga's adamant about what happened down there in the police force and shit. So yeah, they cracking the code and the case on all this goddamn shit right here. It's so many minorities, attorneys and things that done got in on this right here. Whereas now LAPD come on TV. Now they saying they're launching an investigation and they're gonna look into this and see what happened and if there's any type of corruption. All it's getting ready to be some bullshit and some fallout from this. All this shit is so far from over. It is a trip. Okay, let me just go and tell y'all that. Okay, run tell that, because this shit is gonna go on for months and years on end. If he wanted to go out in a glaze of this right here, and he wanted his name to, to be in the history books and shit, he did that. He did that. Now, the way he did things was wrong, because San Bernardino Police Department didn't have shit to do with what's going on down at LAPD. Riverside Police Department didn't have shit to do with what LAPD done. But he knew that he was outnumbered. See, he knew he was going to run out of bullets and shit. They ain't going to run out. So he knew his ass was going to die from the start. Now, and what they did was they took all the, like the mayor and all, and everybody was in secret locations, and everybody was all in Tahoe and all. They shipped all them motherfuckers out. Family members, grandmama, them, all them was gone. Because according to his goddamn sheet, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you, and I'm coming to get your ass too, and nigga, you next, because your motherfucking ass didn't do this right here right neither. That's what his ass was on. It was family. Oh my God. This is so far from over with. This is just, it's sad. It really is. And now they're trying to renege on the million that they put out, that they were saying, anything leading to his capture and all this other kind of old shit. Now they're saying that he had to be arrested to get the money for somebody to get the royalties. Well, I don't want to say royalties because you capitalizing on the death, and which is kind of sad. But however though, but they're saying that we wanted him captured. We didn't want him dead. For real, LAPD? Come on now, LAPD. Come on now. Come on. Y'all wanted him alive? Are you serious right now? First of all, last I heard, California, we was going through all kind of money problem any motherfucking way. Now here he done shook up the force. He got motherfuckers working OT, double time, this and that time. Motherfuckers is shit. If you was on desk duty, goddamn it, you was out in the streets. Then everybody that had a badge was on the streets. You understand me? It was some crazy mayhem shit going on out here. Motherfuckers was like, shit, nigga, fuck it, nigga. How about we just put something on the pitch? Shit, fuck it. Ain't no sense of going no goddamn where. Shit, cause right about now, nigga, they pulling over everything that's moving. Hell, last week they shot 2 other motherfuckers that was out there throwing papers and things. They shot them. One of them, I guess, but both of the ladies are living. Shout out to the women, man. Because them women was up there, they were supporting their families, throwing newspapers in the early morning. You see what I'm talking about? Women, we got to do so many things. Because our men, some of our men just ain't stepping up. They just not stepping up. And them women, they had a paper route. That was on Thursday, okay? They were out on their little paper route and shit in their little truck that resembled his truck. The police shot at their asses without even... You don't see that these is chicks in the car? Just because the car resembled his car, they shot their ass up. So what they did was, to smooth it over, they bought them a new truck. That's some bullshit. No, you still finna pay me. Because you done shot my ass, you mistaken identity on my motherfucking ass. I ain't even black. Just because I drive the same kind of truck he got, they was shooting at motherfuckers at will. It was called get a nigga in full effect out here in Cali. okay? And motherfuckers was like, shit, I'll be damned if I'm going out. Motherfuckers was outside in the daytime, you hear me? It was some ghost town shit at night. Because motherfuckers was like, make sure you see my ass. Look, check this out. I ain't got nothing to do with Chris. I don't know nothing about that nigga there. I can't even qualify to work for the police department. I ain't got shit going on with them. Brothers was on that. Okay? And they were out here gaffling and grabbing niggas up and locking up motherfuckers that didn't have nothing to do. Did y'all see the brother? I'm going to ask that y'all Google it. Because it's a brother. I saw the picture yesterday on Facebook. The brother had on his shirt, I am not Chris Dorner. He looked like him, though. He looked like him. Just like Kenny looked like him. Just like Tony looked a little bit like him. Now they trying to say LL Cool J looked like his motherfucking ass. I said, God damn. You know what? It was so much goddamn racial profiling going on this past goddamn week that it is ridiculous. I'm so glad it's over with. But I'm saddened for the fact that all these families and things are affected. Chris is wrong as two fucking left shoes. I understand what he was trying to do, though. I understand that he was trying to shed light. I understand that the brother just lost it. He lost everything. So sometimes some motherfuckers can't handle that when they lose their job, their wife, their money, their cars, their houses, they this, they that, and all that other kind of shit. Nigga, you is no longer hot. Yeah, some motherfuckers can't handle that. And something in him just fucking tweaked. Usually we stronger than that. That's why it was a lot of us was like in disbelief, like, is this a nigga? I mean, half of us is broke half the time any motherfucking way. Nigga, you tripping out because you lost your goddamn job. It's some niggas that done lost every job that they ever applied for. Okay? This nigga tripping out because he done lost his motherfucking job. For real? And you out here on a killing spree killing up motherfuckers because you out of the line of work. Nigga, you better find something else to do. It's called rapping. There's so many motherfuckers out here still trying to get record deals in their 40s. He had a chance. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why it took all this. You know, his mama, they ran all up in her house. I just felt so sorry for her. Oh, my God. And then on one newscast, when they got the police warrant to search her property or whatever, she came out on the porch and she looked just like my mama. You know what I'm saying? Had her little house robe and moo-moo dress and shit on, with a little house robe over it and shit, and had her look this and that wrapped around her head and shit. And, you know, I mean, she was just a mama's mama. You know, and here they rim-chacking her shit over her overgrown-ass son that done lost his goddamn mind out here. And now y'all running up in my shit, you know, because of what my son got going on. You know, it's just so sad. And then for her to see her son seemingly lose his life on national TV before everybody. I know y'all didn't see it, because all y'all got was CNN, but nigga, we got KTLA, we got, motherfucking, what is that? Channel 11, nigga. We had every goddamn channel running here. Whereas y'all just simply got CNN. And which that wasn't enough. Y'all probably got headline news too. That wasn't enough. It was one feed, nigga. We had motherfuckers on camcorders like, nigga, I see you. I see you. We got it all over here. It was bad, family. And now today, it's 10:23. I'm watching Channel 5, KTLA News. They have the funeral going on of Michael Crane. It is a sad goddamn day in America. I swear for God, it's a sad fucking day. And all behind the hands of some bullshit. This didn't have to be. This just didn't have to be. This was sad. How do we get up and get over? You know, you tend to look at things and you're like, damn, Father. You know. Family, I'm out. I love you guys, and I love you guys for watching, and I ask that you take care of yourselves and each other. You stay prayed up. You walk in your own purpose. Keep your hands on your own shit. And if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Period. Everything ain't for everybody. But you don't have to come out here. You know, it's so much hatred. There's so much hatred, jealousy. There's so much bullshit going on that people actually lose it. These very motherfuckers that's watching this shit right now, it's some Looney Tune motherfuckers watching this shit right now, ready to just pounce. It's, I don't know what it is. It is some very sick individuals in this world. It really, really is. They are amongst us. Some wolves in sheep's clothing and things of that nature. False prophets, all kinds of shit. They say it's our last day. I didn't go out and buy no potted meat in December because I was like, shit, nigga, I walk by faith. Okay? When it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I done been there close to it. I done seen the light. I done felt the warmth. I done seen the glow. Held my mama's hand. All that. Seen my daddy. I know what it feels like. I done been there. Okay? I done been to the brink of death and was brought back for whatever reason. I guess it's to talk to you all. But I have to say that it is some crazy things. We are in some trying times, family. We are in some trying times. And people are getting crazier by the moment. I think now they're going to start taking mental illness a little bit more serious. They need to start taking it's a lot of mental motherfuckers. And it needs to start being taken a little bit serious. I was telling Kenny the other day, I said, Kenny, when it comes down to these police and things and law enforcement and things, they need to have them niggas rotate. They need to allow them, okay, if you're going to do three or maybe 6 years, 5 years straight, then therefore you need to come up off of it a little bit. Get your head right. Because a lot of them are walking around like robots. They're trigger happy. They're desensitized. They're real hard. They're not, some cops, they look at everybody as a criminal. And everybody is not a criminal. Some motherfuckers might have a couple of criminal motherfucking tendencies, but everybody ain't criminals. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to the police, they are on high alert. And they have no tolerance for foolishness and bullshit. They will bump your ass off. You're considered as merely a number, and they moving the fuck right along. I keep looking out of that motherfucking blind right there because I keep thinking I see this nigga. Because I'm telling you, this has had us inundated with this bullshit for days and days on end. And for the children that are out here in this area, mine included, our kids have been affected by this bullshit. Adults too. I tell you, I had a dream about his ass. And it's like, the impact that he has had on this community here and abroad. Motherfuckers need to start taking these crazy motherfuckers a little bit more serious. On some real shit, motherfuckers lose their job and shit. Motherfuckers is quick to, fire motherfuckers and all that. And here in California is an at-will employment state. Which means, nigga, you fucked up the coffee. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? They can hire and fire your ass off of anything here in California, nigga. And there's no recourse. It's nothing. That's why it's best to let them fire your ass so you can get you a little unemployment. You know what I'm saying? Get your little motherfucking unemployment. I don't know what the cap off is anymore, but I know that the back in the day, let me see, what was it? $880, $840, I think was the maximum per week, because I got it. You understand me? I know that the maximum was $840 or $880 here in California per week. Okay? And I mean every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. It was $440, so you got $880 every 2 weeks. So you was getting that's how much my unemployment check was. Because you got, if you made a certain amount, you got the max of unemployment, and the max was $880 every week. So you got, wait a minute, was it $880 every 2 weeks? Because I got about close to around $1,700 a month on unemployment. I don't know if it's the same from state to state, but I know here in California, if you're making, and at the time, I was making, let's see, my last nursing job, I capped off at $22, $21.50. $21.50. So at $21.50 was my last job that I made. And I got the max of unemployment, which was $440 a week, $880 every 2 weeks. Yeah, there it is. $440. I think it was the maximum was $440 and $440 a week, $880 every 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think either way, I got the max. okay? So, family, needless to say, I got to go. My emotions is running high. My hope is to be able to eat today. I've been having a lot of sick days here. I haven't been able to hold down any food. You guys already know that. Y'all already know my medical background and all that other stuff. So, I need to get me a little pharmaceutical in me so I can be able to eat today. And hopefully I'll be able to eat today. I gotta go. Wendy will be on at 11 o'clock. It is now 10:29. I doubt if Wendy even come on because, the funeral is on, and I'm certain it's probably on every channel, especially the local, Channel 2 here is CBS, Channel 4 is NBC, Channel 5 is KTLA, Channel 7 is ABC. Channel 9 is KCAL News. Channel 11 is Good Day. That's Good Day LA. But what is that? What is Channel 11? I know Good Day LA News, but Channel 11 is KTTV? KTTV, Channel 11, I think. Then we got Channel 13, which is the sister station to Channel 11. Channel 9 KCAL is the sister station to Channel 2, which is CBS. Channel 9 and Channel 2 is sister station. Channel 5, who they fuck with, really? I don't think they fuck with nobody. But Channel 7 stands alone. Anyway, I'm going on and on. I got to go. Family, I love you. Take care of yourself. Stay prayed up because we are in trying times. I hate to believe that we are in our last days. I don't want to even claim that shit. I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe in that Illuminati and all. I don't believe in none of that kind of shit. Don't put that shit in my comments because I don't believe in Illuminati and all that. But they say that we are in our last days or whatever. God bless us. God bless us. Because we are all sinners. We are all sinners. Wow. I'm out. I love you. Bye. Namaste.